I'm going to start off by saying that graphic design was not my initial degree when I first started taking college courses. My first degree was accounting. It wasn't really a choice, as more of a calculated endeavor, as to say, hey, I'm really good at math. I can make a ton of money doing math, so let's choose this. And I'm going to say, right now, don't choose a career just because you can make money at it, because you will be miserable. And the more I took classes, the more miserable I got, pretty much doing the same thing all the time. And I wasn't even in the field yet. I always saw myself as a creative, and I loved to solve problems. I was taking some photography classes at college, and I was introduced to graphic design, taking some photo manipulation classes, and I fell in love. I found a career that was always growing, always changing, always learning, and it took my creative soul and combined it with my yearning to solve problems. I really like that here in Full Sail, everybody's just as passionate. Eric Rosenville, the director of the graphic arts program, gives great advice in his letter to new students, and that's to say to start drawing all the time. Get your ideas on paper, and creative thinking will start coming more naturally. While you don't have to be a good artist to be a graphic designer, you do have to think visually as you start to use the programs in software InDesign. And that's pretty much anything to do with Adobe. Programs such as Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, Animate, XD, that's just to name a few. And I'll really have to hone my skills on these programs. Other things I need to take into consideration are HTML and CSS, which I'll get to in just a little bit. Using this software and programming, I'll have to implement design skills in order to satisfy client needs, and that's using design fundamentals, typography, color theory, and visual planning, just to name a few skills that are essential to the design industry. Now, during my journey through here at Full Sail, some of the classes I feel are going to be the most daunting are going to be the interactive media design, media integration, web design, pretty much anything that has to do with interactive media. And that is because when I was doing my associate's degree at IU, I failed my web design course 3 times. And when I took the graphic design course, it mainly focused on the advertising and print side of graphic design and not really the interactive side. And the only interactive courses were probably the web design courses. And it was mainly because I really had a difficult time understanding the underlying code that was needed to create the website visuals. But I know that interactive media is essential in graphic design as technology progresses. So to prepare this time around, I've been experimenting with interactive PDFs in InDesign, which is a program I'm really familiar with in the print design industry. And I've also been watching how-to videos on web development and user interface design and user experience design. And I've been attending some free workshops on coding. Other classes I know I probably excel in are going to be any of the theory classes and the concept classes, such as design and art theory, color theory, concepts in photography, and concepts in advertising. And that's mainly because these are subjects I could probably talk for hours and hours about. And that's mainly because I find the psychology on the whole matter fascinating. And I'm always experimenting with new visuals and tactics to talk about on these subjects. So during my time at Full Sail, I'll probably work a couple hours a day on schoolwork. I'll mainly do my professional work in the morning, and then I'll do my schoolwork in the afternoon, have a lunch there in between and take some breaks. And I'll try to get everything done before the weekend, although that doesn't always happen because, well, life happens. But, I didn't become a designer to just draw. I generally want to help people and inspire them in a creative way. And the industry now is changing from print and type to more interactive media. And if I want to succeed, I need to adapt and experiment with these new mediums. Of course, that's why I chose graphic design in the first place, to constantly grow and learn as time progressed.